this time it's domestic flight on Kingfisher, yay! And we're on our way to Darjeeling. Well, technically we're going to New Delhi for about an hour, and then we're going to go up to Baghdad because that is the closest airport to Darjeeling. And then it sounds like we're going to have to charter some sort of shared jeep through the hills up to our lovely mountain oasis. So I'm really looking forward to it. Got some really good kick to it. I'm digging it. Lace is lace. I mean, you have that typical potato chip taste, flavor, if you will. But spicy. It's got that slow burn, like Indian food.
So we've landed in Bagdogra, and now we're in a little taxi taking us up to Darjeeling. This is a 3-hour cab ride. It's non-stop, which is great. It goes all the way up there. So I guess now it's sitting in the cab, hoping that the safety belts that are basically for show because they have nothing to click into aren't necessary for the next 3 hours.
What is that?
It's a cow. Oh. Not a Canadian cow.
Being in Mumbai, we didn't get to see any cows, even though we know that cows are such a big thing in India, but up in Bagdogra, cows are everywhere, and goats are just, you know, hanging around the side of the street. Look over, you see a bush, you see a goat. They're pretty cute. They're really tiny, like pygmy goats. Little round bellies. And Matt eats their brains. Oh, there's some cute little goats coming. Oh, look at how cute they are. Oh my God, look at them. Oh, it's drinking milk.
Building a brand new Ford dealership.
Some areas are just wide green pastures, and if you look carefully, it looks like some of them might just be the foundations of a building that used to exist or a foundation of something that is about to go up. But either way, cows are just roaming around the area, grazing, having a good time. The cows look happy.
Just like in Mumbai, a car's horn is probably more important than its brakes. We've got everything with legs or wheels sharing the same lane and a half, basically. So you sort of drive in the middle of the road, and then when a car comes along, you put one wheel on the shoulder and hope for the best. And if there's a rickshaw or a bicycle or a cart in that spot already, then you just wait behind it.
So we've been driving now for about half an hour to 40 minutes, and it's interesting because you can definitely feel the temperature has dropped. I mean, the closer we get to the mountain range, which we're seeing more and more of, it's gotten colder and it's gotten a lot more green and a lot more rural.
You know, I hope Mayor Miller is ashamed of himself, because the roads here make Toronto roads look like cobblestone and gravel. Like, they're so much smoother, and this is literally like connecting two 40,000 person villages together, and the roads are so much smoother than the one down the street from our house in Toronto. So it's things like this and the incredibly slow train in Mumbai that's the same speed as the GO train that makes me wonder who's living in the third world country after all. Officially in tea country now that we're going up the switchbacks and going into the mountain. It took us about an hour to do what looked like almost 2/3 of the trip on the map, which means the next 2 hours is switchbacks, and you know, you can see about 20 feet, 30 feet in front of you, and then you're just listening for horns to see if someone's around the corner.
On our route up the winding roads up this mountain, it's pretty stunning to see the commercialism that's made its way even here. I just don't understand, you know, the houses are built with corrugated aluminum, barely held together, and yet you see Pepsi or Coca-Cola or Tata Indicom everywhere. It's kind of stunning, actually. I never expected to see it here, and I than I do, you know, on the gardener at home. It's incredible.
It really is amazing how much a landscape is a function of its altitude. Because right now this smells, it looks, it feels like the Niagara Escarpment, which is a place I'm pretty familiar with. But here we are up in the northern eastern area of India, and it smells familiar. It's really cool.
We're currently in the town of Corsia, and it's pretty stunning. Apparently has a population of about 40,000 people, and considering how bustling these narrow streets are, it's pretty unbelievable. And one of the most interesting things I find here, I mean, like, my eyes and my senses are completely overwhelmed, but check out the railway track, still part of their infrastructure. Our taxi driver stopped for 2 minutes because he's getting some sweets from Coruscant, it seems. We've stopped about 7 kilometers from Darjeeling at a gas station on the side of a mountain. I was wondering when we'd finally run into one. And it is the strangest sensation being still, because we've been bumping around on a road for the last
3 hours.
Oh, it's painful. I'm hurting.
We're at a Tibetan, Chinese, and continental restaurant right now in Darjeeling, and we've ordered some tea, lots of tea. I've got Tibetan butter tea, and at first it completely caught me off guard. Take a look at this. It's got a foam, and it's like creamy, which if you're gonna call it butter tea, I guess makes a lot of sense. Now it pours almost like Indian chai. It's got that sort of light creamy kind of color, but then as it goes in, it doesn't get any darker. That's it. And it smells like creamed corn, almost. And it tastes like I'm drinking a combination of popcorn and soup, but it's really comforting.
I won't lie, it weirds me out. It really weirds me out. It's like liquid butter.
This is comfort food, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah. When we were driving up, I kept on saying, I want something with noodles and broth, kind of like pho. And who knew the Tibetans had something like that? I guess you could have assumed. But look at these noodles. They are completely homemade, thick, amazing noodles.
It's gonna be great. Welcome to our Darjeeling hotel. This is the decking. It's quite lovely. It's quite cold. So we've got a heater coming. But lovely door, solid wood. But it kind of ends there because this is the bed. This is the bed. Nice. I mean, I think we're going to be taking up as little space as possible considering how cold it is. I do like the color of the carpet. I had an apartment with carpet that color once, and it was pretty wicked. Now, the bathroom has a low ceiling, but this is called a geyser. We didn't really know what a geyser was. We were a bit concerned that there were places that had a geyser that operated for an hour.
I wasn't concerned. I thought that would be really cool.
Well, yeah, but it said that there were geysers in the room.
Yeah, I know. Each room has its own hot tub.
Turns out a geyser is a word for a water heater, not necessarily a like blowhole of water. But you know, the rest of it's pretty standard. You've got your sort of bathtub bucket, as you'd expect. Shower, everything else is there. Yeah, so I mean, it's small, but you know, considering the fact that it's about 1/3 the price of what we were paying in Mumbai, and considering how just ultra cute it is, tomorrow we'll put together a little package of sort of the common room and the walk up here. It's really cute, and you know what? After 12 hours of travel to get here, it's perfectly room enough. तावीज़ बना के पहन उसे